Good day everyone, I'm Aisa Arganosa from BS Entrep 2-1 and now I am going to discuss the types and breeds of farm animals, specifically the poultry farm animals. Please watch and learn. Poultry farming. Poultry are domesticated avian species that can be raised for eggs, meat, and for feathers. The term poultry covers a wide range of birds, from indigenous and commercial breeds of chickens to Muscovy ducks, mallard ducks, turkeys, guinea fowl, geese, quail, penguins, ostriches, and peasants. Chicken have a great place in world's poultry meat, which got 90%, while the turkey is 5%, ducks and geese is 4%, and the guinea fowl is 2%. Chicken, ducks, guinea fowl, geese, and turkey can be found in all types of poultry system, both large and small scale, while the peasants, quail, and ostriches is almost exclusively found in large scale system. Here are the common types of poultry animals: the chicken, turkey, ducks, geese, and guinea fowl. In poultry farming, most chickens are farmed in great numbers, where more than 60 billion chickens are killed for consumption annually. The chickens raised for eggs is known as layers, while the chicken raised for meat is known as broilers. Modern turkey breeding and farming practices have significantly reduced both the amount of feed and the time required to produce a pound of turkey meat. In 12 to 14 weeks, a hen turkey eats about 16 kg or 35 pounds of feed and reaches 6 to 9 kg or 14 to 20 pounds. Toms require some 35 kg or 80 pounds of feed to reach a market weight of 16 to 19 kg in 16 to 19 weeks. Smaller turkey broilers are marketed from 12 to 15 weeks of age. Ducks are easily transported, can be raised in close confinement, and convert some waste products and scattered grain to nutritious and very desirable eggs and meat. Ducks have a number of advantages over other poultry species, in particular their disease tolerance. Commercially, geese are bred for their meat, foie gras, and occasionally for specialty eggs, but specialist breeders and keepers of pure geese breeds, providing charming and intelligent pets, useful as guard dogs, efficient lawn mowers, and they can even be used as weeders in organic farming. Guineas are vigorous, hardy, and largely disease-free birds. Keeping guinea fowl is also an effective means of pest control. Flocks of guineas kill and eat mice and small rats. In addition, guinea fowl can be used to control insects. Guinea fowl can also be raised for meat and egg production. The meat of young guineas is tender and tastes like that of wild game. The meat is lean and rich in essential amino acids. Guinea eggs can be eaten just like chicken eggs. During the laying season, it is common for a guinea hen, an adult female at least 1 year old, to produce an egg a day. The common breeds of chicken: the American class, the Mediterranean class, English class, and the Asiatic class. New Hampshire is a dual-purpose breed suitable for production of both meat and eggs, adapts well to either intensive or extensive management, and yield a meaty carcass, while the Plymouth Rock chicken is also a dual-purpose chicken for its meat and brown eggs, resistant to cold, easy to manage, and a good sitter. Can lay 200 a year of eggs, which weighs 55 grams. Rock Rhode Island Red is a traditional dual-purpose old-type chicken which can lay 200 to 300 brown eggs per year and yields rich flavored meat.
It have been used in the creation of many modern hybrid breeds, while the Yando chicken is a dual-purpose breed kept for its brown eggs and yellow-skinned meat. It is a popular show bird and has many color variants. It is matures moderately rapidly and hence are good layers of tinted eggs. Leghorn is a good layers of white eggs. It can lay 280 a year, reaching 300 to 320 of at least 55 grams of eggs. It can use to create highly productive egg-laying hybrids for commercial and industrial operations. While Minorca is a well-known exhibition bird in many countries of the world, but in the island of Minorca, it is an endangered breed and considered to be at risk of extinction. Minorca is often kept as an ornamental breed or known for their unique appearance. Hens lays early about 26 weeks and lays 120 white eggs per year with more than 65 grams from the 57th week of the life of the hen. Ancona is a good layer of white eggs which lays 220 per year with 50 grams or more. Hens have little tendency to broodiness or the action or behavioral tendency to sit on a clutch of eggs to incubate them, and the pullets begin laying eggs at 5 months old. Australorp was developed as a utility breed with a focus on egg laying and is famous for laying more than 300 eggs. They are also known to be a good nest sitters and mothers, making them of the most popular large heritage utility breeds of chicken. Sussex is among the oldest of British chicken breeds. Birds described as Old Sussex or Kent fowl were shown at the first poultry show at London Zoo in 1845. It is a traditionally reared as a table bird for meat production, while Orpington is a dual purpose to be reared both for eggs and for meat, but soon became exclusively a show bird. It can lay about 175 to 200 medium to large light brown eggs a year. It was said that it capable of laying as many as 340 eggs per year. The decline in production was due to breeders selecting for looks over utility. Cochin is a breed of large domestic chicken, formerly known as Cochin China, a good layer of very large tinted eggs and lays well in winter. Hens are good sitters and good mothers and may be used to catch the eggs of turkeys and ducks. Langshan is a very good layers of dark brown eggs, is smaller and more active than other breeds in the Asiatic class. They can be used as table fowl, but somewhat slow to mature to their full size and begin laying. Brahma is easy to domesticate. They are said to be natives of Brahmaputra area and are largely used in India for producing good quantities of meat. The body is massive, broad, and deep with a P-type comb and a feathered shank. Good winter layer of large brown eggs with an approximately 55 to 60 grams of eggs.
The common breeds of turkey: the broad-breasted bronze, broad-breasted white, Beltsville small white, and Jersey buff.
Broad-breasted bronze turkey is a very strong and hardy birds. They raise mainly for meat production and are relatively slow to grow. They are tolerant in almost all climates. A long-lived birds and mate naturally, but today they have lost the ability to mate naturally due to their large size. Broad-breasted white turkey is commercially the most widely used breed of domesticated turkey. Produce more breast meat and their pin headers are less visible when the carcass is dressed due to their white color. Have a very high percentage of their eggs hatch, which makes turkey eggs as a food item a rare delicacy. Beltsville small white turkey was named after its physical characteristics, a relatively small size and entirely white plumage, weigh around 17 pounds, have good reproduction qualities including the ability to mate naturally. They can be selected, bred and maintained by small-scale farmers easily. Today, they are quite rare and mainly raised by few exhibition breeders. Jersey Buff is a medium to large size animals with a very beautiful light or reddish-brown plumage. The colored plumage is the most defining characteristics of these birds. However, it has not been aggressively selected for production characteristics and is thus significantly smaller than many modern breeds.
The common breeds of duck. First is the meat production breeds, which are Muscovy, Aylesbury, Pekin, and Rouen. While on the egg production breeds, there are Khaki Campbell and the Indian Runner.
Muscovies are poor egg producers and lay their eggs in clutches. They can lay 20 or more eggs and go broody or pause before producing again. Its eggs take 35 days to hatch and its meat has a lower fat content. Aylesbury are not good layers, but they do lay better than Muscovies and do not go broody. Their eggs may be greenish-white and marketed earlier than Muscovies. Pekin is used commercially for meat production. Better egg producers than Muscovy and Aylesbury. They are nervous breed and need to be handled carefully so that egg production and rate of weight gain are not affected. Rouen is the least popular of all table breeds because it is the slowest to mature and has dark flesh. Its most outstanding feature is its magnificent color and markings. Indian Runner. Aside from its small frame, the breed is distinguished by an almost upright stance and the running gait from which its name is derived. Lay about 300 to 350 eggs per year or more. Khaki Campbell is not a satisfactory producer of meat. However, it is a quite hardy and lays eggs with pearly white shell and is preferred by most breeders for commercial egg production. Egg production of this breed can exceed even the most efficient of egg-laying domestic chickens, with the breed laying an average of 300 eggs a year, become mature at approximately 7 months.
Goose breeds are grouped into heavy classes, medium classes, and the light classes.
African geese is crossed with Taulus for meat production, lays 20 to 40 white eggs per year, while the American buff geese is raised for utility and meat, lays 15 to 25 white eggs per year. The Emden geese is also raised for utility and meat, lays 10 to 30 white eggs per year, quite tall compared to other geese. And the Taulus geese is raised for utility and meat, especially when crossed with Emden geese, as a broody, although due to their size can break their eggs, lays 20 to 40 white eggs per year. Brecon buff geese is raised for its utility and meat, lays 10 to 25 white eggs per year. Buff back or grayback geese is raised for its utility and meat and lays 25 to 35 white eggs per year. A good all-round goose that can make a good broody. Pomeranian geese is raised for its utility and traditionally breast meat, lays 35 to 70 white eggs per year, and it have a single lobe pouch. While West of England geese is raised for its utility, meat and eggs, and for its useful autosexing characteristics, which a breeds of poultry where the sex of newly hatched chicks can be determined from the color and markings of the down. It can lay 20 to 50 white eggs per year. Chinese geese have two outstanding qualities. The first is large numbers of eggs that utility strains can lay and the noise they will make when something out of the ordinary happens in their environment. They are good egg layers, but the number of eggs they will lay is dependent on the strain. They can produce around 50 white eggs a year. Czech geese is raised. Ay, yate. Czech geese is raised because of its utility and meat. Can lay 10 to 25 white eggs a year. Similar in appearance but smaller in size. The lightest of geese is useful if you're limited for space. Pilgrim geese is raised because of its utility and meat, relatively fast-growing, auto-sexing, and can lay 20 to 40 white eggs a year. Very tame or not dangerous if hand-reared and have good parenting qualities. During breeding season in spring to early summer, they can demonstrate particularly protective behavior. Roman geese is raised for its utility and good meat to bone ratio. Can lay 40 to 60 white eggs a year. It is a small, chubby white geese with short neck that carry a large amount of meat on them. Sebastopol geese is for showing or attractive unusual pets. Can lay 30 to 50 white eggs a year. Because of rough feathering, thus are not so waterproof and requires a shelter to be able to get out of worst weather. Steinbacher geese is raised for its utility, meat, and eggs. Can lay 30 to 50 white eggs a year.
The common breeds of guinea fowl are white-breasted guinea fowl, black guinea fowl, helmeted guinea fowl, plump guinea fowl, crested guinea fowl, and the Bulturian guinea fowl.
White-breasted guinea fowl is 17 inches high, lives in groups of 15 to 24 birds, eat berries, insects, seed, and even small animals. Black guinea fowl is shyer than other species. They live in pairs or small groups, like to ride and prefer the thick forest floor where they hard to spot. Helmeted guinea fowl lives in large groups of up to 25 birds, farm breeding pairs, found throughout the world on farmland and are mainly used for food or egg. Is known for its ability to eat massive quantities of ticks, making it useful in areas where ticks are a problem. Plump guinea fowl is 17 inches high and they are shy and prefer to remain hidden on the forest floor, while the crested guinea fowl lives in flocks, travel together for safety, and live in both forest and grassland. And Volturine guinea fowl is known to be quite aggressive, particularly males toward other males. Can also survive for a long time without water. Some owners keep them as show birds or for ornamental reasons. They can also be raised for meat to eat and eggs to either eat or to hatch for sale. Advantages of poultry farming. First is less capital required. The main benefit of poultry farming is that it doesn't require high capital for starting. You just need basic capital to start raising poultry because almost of the poultry birds are not expensive to start raising. Second, no need for a big space because you can easily raise some birds on your own backyard with one or numerous coops or cages. Third, high returns in short time period. Few poultry birds such as broiler chickens take shorter duration of time to mature and generating profit. Poultry products are not much expensive. It can be afforded by most of the people. Fourth, high maintenance not required. You can minimize diseases and illnesses in your poultry by following proper hygiene and care. Fifth, license not compulsory. As almost all types of poultry birds are domestic, also getting license from the relevant authority is also easy for poultry. 6. Huge global demand. Global consumers of poultry products prefer them to prefer them due to their nutrient and freshness. 7. Easy marketing. Marketing poultry products is very easy. There is an established market for poultry products in almost all places of the world. 8. Income and employment opportunities. Unemployed educated youth can easily make a great income by raising poultry commercially. Women and students can also do this business. 9. Easy bank loans. If you want to start this business commercially, then you can apply for loans to your local banks. Almost all the top banks in India provide loans for poultry farming. Disadvantages of poultry farm animals. First, you still need to have capital in place to start a poultry farm in the first place, which is the important one in raising a poultry farm, because if you don't have any capital to start poultry farm, then you are not capable in raising this farm, because you need enough funds to start this kind of farm. Second, it is possible to lose an entire batch of chicks with poultry disease. Although the diseases that spread through poultry are typically easy to manage, you do not have any control over this process until the chicks or birds are in your possession. Third, some birds do not excel in some environmental conditions. The problem that you face is when the weather becomes too hot or cold for the birds that you intend to raise. There can be health issues with some species when there is too much or too little humidity in the air as well. Fourth, there are zoning issues that you may need to follow before starting your farm. If you work with a processor for your poultry, then you must provide evidence that your farm meets all of the current zoning and licensing regulations for your geographic area. Because if you do not provide evidence that you are in compliance or you fail an inspection, then you can lose your potential for profit just as quickly as you created it. Fifth, you must provide your birds with adequate feed to be successful. Because even if your goal is to raise free-range birds that are largely self-sustaining, you must provide supplemental feed that supports the natural growth of the animal. Because if you do not provide food that contains calcium, vitamin D, and other essential minerals, then the quality of the meat or eggs that you produce may not reach the required minimum standards for sale. Sixth, poultry farming requires the presence of non-acidic clean water. You must have the quality of pure water tested periodically if you decide to start a poultry farm. Even if you live in the suburbs and use tap water for this need, when the acid levels are too high, then there are multiple negative impacts that can affect the livelihood of the birds. Last is there is the issue of antibiotic use to consider with poultry farming, because bacterial disease can quickly sweep through large-scale commercial farms. It is not unusual to treat the birds with antibiotics to ensure that they stay healthy.